Hey guys, it's Kim here with Verily Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on this Tour de Fleece wrap up video. So I'm going to show you a brief little segment from my Tour de Fleece plans, and then we're going to cut over to the rest of this video and I'll tell you what I've accomplished. I still have the yellow and the blue. I've already got them separated for the 3-ply. This is my second spin of the tour this year, and it's a really big floofy bat. I think it's Shetland when I was doing stuff with Sadie Spincraft. It's kind of a test to see if I can make a fuzzy yarn. Okay, so for spindle spinning, I didn't really have a goal, but I was in the progress of putting my second row lag on this Turkish spindle, and I did finish that one. And I started the first row lag on this fun little spindle here, but I didn't get very far. I did not spindle spin every day as I had planned to, but I did more than I thought I would. So that's really great. As for the planned spins, I had the Mother's Day bat samples that I was planning to finish up. I had already spun the pink one completely start to finish, and I had spun the singles of the purple one. So I can only count the plying yardage of the purple one, which is 34 yards. The yellow is 50 yards. It's a 2-ply, so you count that times 3. For 150 yards of the yellow, and then the blue was 84 yards plied, again the 2-ply. Multiply that times 3, which is 1 for each single plus 1 for plying, so that's times 3, 252 yards of spinning. So this whole sample set is complete now. The next spin was I plied up this humongous batch of fiber. I had 4 ounces. I drew a blank for a minute there. I had 4 ounces of green dyed Gulf Coast fiber roving, and I spun it, and then I spun around that amount of Tunis that was undyed, so that's the white, and then around that much of Jacob, which is the gray, and those were spun before the tour. I plied them, so I'm only counting the ply yardage, which is 612 yards. That's how much yarn I've got on this humongous chunk of skein. It's bigger than my head. Look at that. Huge. And this is around 10 ounces, give or take. I don't have the spreadsheet in front of me where I was recording all of that because it's on my phone. I just wrote down the yardage on my clipboard. I didn't write down the weights of anything. So the next thing was the BFL braid, which I've got to show you the one from last year. Okay, so this is a 3-ply, and this was speed spun. I have finished 206 yards. Since it's a 3-ply, I'm multiplying it by 4 to count the 3 plies plus the plying. So it's 824 yards of spinning, and it's much tighter spun, much denser twist, a lot more twist in it, and it's totally different from the first one that I did, which was from last year. So I really prefer this one, but it's okay. You know, it was fun to see how quickly I could spin this. But I like the way this one feels better. This just has too much twist, and it's ropey feeling. I don't know if I need to put it back through the wheel and remove some of the twist. I might try that and see what happens. 824 yards of spinning on that for finished 206 yards. And I think that's about what last year's was. So the only difference is the twist angle was a lot tighter. Next was the core spin. that I did, and these were bats I made from a brew your own potion kit. Bats, a bat and 2 sets of roll eggs, and I just core spun it and left it as a single. So this is 208 yards, and that's all you can count when you've left it a single. Then we have the challenge day, which was to spin start to finish the whole yarn in one day. Did not count, did not include brain. It did not include, the challenge part did not include scanning and washing. So this is Gulf Coast BFL Cross named Velvet. And I ended up a long draw, spun this. It's 186 yards. I two-plied it. So I ended up spinning 558 yards total for this one. Then I did an unplanned spin, which I had found after I made my Tour de Fleece planning video or plans. So these bats, I ended up two-plying this. I have finished 264 yards of complete yarn, and that was 558 yards, 792 yards of spinning total. I've got a line here on my paper where everything above the line was the first week and everything after that was the second and third. So I got confused where I was at on the paper. So that's that one. I got more done in the first week than I did the second and third week combined. Then we have the Team Tour de Fleece bats that I had put a lot of alpaca in. There is a good bit of fuzz, but it's not quite as fuzzy as I was hoping for. So I'm going to try another experiment with the wool and alpaca blend and see what I can do. I'll be getting some more alpaca soon. I think in like 2 weeks. So I'll have more options to play around with this idea. But I have 2 bats and I spun one to one bobbin and the second one to another bobbin and then just plied them together. So it's a 2-ply sort of gradient. I ended up with 325 yards, and that's 975 yards of spinning total for the team bats. And it was so much fun to spin. My goodness. And I couldn't tell that there was a decent amount of alpaca in this. I am not a fan of alpaca. I don't like to spin it very much, but when it's a little bit and it's blended in with wool, it's a lot of fun. So I will be continuing this alpaca wool experiment in the future. Next, I have the spin that took almost a full week, which is this Shetland combed top from Sadie's Spincraft that I blended some soft silk from Kamaj Fiber Arts that was black and purple and some dyed bamboo from I don't remember where, because I've ordered from like 5 different places, so I don't remember if it was from Paradise Fibers or a Wafa vendor. I don't remember. So it's a chain ply. It was super fine. I was hoping for a sock yarn, and it's actually a fingering. It didn't poof up like I thought it would. So that's actually not half bad. I don't think it's going to be socks because it's a little thicker than I was hoping for, but it might turn into socks. We don't know yet. I have 336 yards, but since it's a 3-ply, multiply it by 4, 1,344 yards of spinning total for this skein. And we have one more yarn, which you've been getting sneak peeks throughout this entire video. And that is another unplanned Tour de Fleece spin. That's actually a collaboration, and this arrived near the end of week 2 or in the beginning of week 3, and I could not resist. I had to. Oh, it arrived while I was spinning this one, the Shetland. So I was like chomping at the bit to get to these pretty bats. It's a collaboration with Allie of, oh my gosh, hold on. I guess I need to put that in voiceover or something. Anyway, you'll see it down here. For some reason, I cannot remember. Colors of Hope Crafts ASMR, something like that. So this was the collaboration. She made these bats for me, and it reminded me of mermaids and fairies and unicorns. So I immediately knew I wanted to core spin and spiral ply, and that is what is currently decorating my hair. And I made a little bracelet that actually does come open, like I can just take it off, but it also has a latch, and I can wear it as a necklace. So I made those today. I ended up with 30 yards of finished yarn. I have no idea how much the singles was. It was core spun and then spiral plied, so I'm only counting what I know, which is 30 yards. So out of that, I have finished yardage, and that is just all plied up, all finished, all of the yarns, not all of the spinning, 1,999 yards. So we're going to call it 2,000. But that puts me at 5,780 yards of spinning, at least, which is 3¼ miles, almost 3 1/3 miles. That's a lot of spinning in 3 weeks. I'm really pleased, and most of that was done in the first week. So I'm going to really quick tally up the first week, and I'll be right back. Okay, if my brain is doing math today, in the first week of Tour de Fleece, I spun over or right around half of the total yardage. So my total yardage was 5,780, and what I spun in the first week was 2,838 yards. So like right around the halfway mark in just the first week. So always I start off really strong. I do a ton of spinning in the first week, and then I peter off, and by the end of the 3rd week, I'm just like done. But I'm really happy with what I did. I knew I was going to slow down, so I packed more plans into the first week and less as we go on. My challenge for the entire tour was to spindle spin every day. Sort of met that challenge for part of the tour. Good enough. Another challenge was to spin an entire project start to finish. Accomplished. Then we had Spin in Nature. Didn't bother with that. That was a week-long thing. And then the next daily challenge was to spin while exercising, which only one person in the team actually did exercising while spinning, and I'm so proud of her. So that's great. I took a break from spinning to do a bunch of cleaning and counted that as my exercise. And then I did a lot of hummingbird watching, so I guess I was spinning in nature, I guess, because I love to watch the hummingbirds, and we had a lot of rain, so maybe on that one I kind of did it. What was the other challenge? So we had 3 weeks. Oh, learn something new. I didn't do that. I just kind of revisited something that I haven't done a whole lot of, the art yarn. So I didn't do all of the challenges that I had chosen for the team, but that's okay because I didn't put any pressure on myself, just like I didn't put any pressure on anybody else. I threw the challenges out there, and whoever did them, did them. So of the planned spins, I never got to. For week 3, I was supposed to learn something new, which was to lock spin. That did not happen. That's okay. It'll turn into something else at some point. Same with this one. This is one of the bats that I carded for Calypso Creations for their Mother's Day boxes. And they gave this one to my mom, and they gave these locks to me as Mother's Day gifts. And my mom turned around and said, I didn't get you anything for Mother's Day. Here you go. But she really appreciated that they thought of her. Then I had a palette cleanser spin that I stuck in there just to have something to work on when I needed a mindless spin. And that is these Rolags that I never got to. And I had another spin to work on if I had time, and that was a in progress sock spin, which is a chain ply apparently, according to my notes, and super, super thin. So we'll see. We will see if I ever get this done. I didn't do this. So I spun. I'm going to count the Mother's Day spins as one thing. So that is 1. This was not really planned, but I finished it, so I'll count that as another spin. This third spin, the core spin, and this. All this was week 1. Okay, this is much harder than it looks when other people do it. I'm going to drop the pink here because the pink's not part of it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Come on. Part of it's my hair. I keep trying to grab my braids. Okay, there's week 1. And that is 5 spins total. For week 2 and week 3, we have, well, I know that this is week 2 and this was week 3. So week 2 and week 3. So yeah, that's what I got done for Tour de Fleece. I'm really, really happy that I spun this much. I'm not upset that I didn't get everything done. I actually did more than I thought I would for the tour. I do think I'm going to put this BFL back through the wheel and see if I can untwist it a little bit. And then I will rewash it and see how it goes. But I also did a bunch of knitting during the tour, so spinning wasn't the only thing. The Tour de Fleece for Team Calypso Fairies was all art, all craft inclusive. Just about everybody spun during the tour, but a lot of people also did some knitting and stuff. So I started the tour with this sock on the needles, and it's the second sock. Or maybe I finished the first one and started this one. I think that's how it is. So I did 1 plus a pair, so that's 3. And another one, that's 4. And then I started this one, but I haven't, obviously, I mean, this is the day after Tour de Fleece ended, so this is July 22nd, and I am like halfway through the second sock, so I can't count today's knitting at all, but I did the heel flap yesterday, so a total of 4 socks, 2 full pairs. If you want to be technical, it was 1 pair and 2 halves of 2 pairs. Let's just count it as 2 pair of socks that was knit in 3 weeks, along with all of the spinning. And I did some other knitting as well, but not a whole lot because that was supposed to be filmed and I kept forgetting to grab the camera. So, but that's a lot. during 3 weeks, and I'm super proud of myself, and I'm incredibly proud of everybody who participated in the Team Calypso Fairies. It was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed hanging out with everybody. I enjoyed the chat, the team chat we had going on. I hope that participation continues, and I will be putting, drawing the winners and putting that in the Facebook group. I will be tagging members who have won and connecting you with your prize donator, whether that's me or Sam from Calypso or the other 2 members that donated prizes. Everybody is sad that the tour is over, but we can continue to hang out. We can continue to craft together. And I plan to have more challenges coming up in the near future. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget about the upcoming, well, it's ongoing right now, pre-orders for the Advent. There's a couple of slots left. And I'm doing one custom for a customer who has extremely sensitive skin. But I'm only doing the one custom. That's it. Everybody else just has to buy what's being made. So that's exciting, but I have something else coming up really soon that I will talk about in the next episode, which will be out in a few days, and hopefully I will have my ducks in a row for that plan by then, so I can just announce it during the episode. Because right now it's an idea that's percolating, hence why I'm not telling you about it today. I had a blast. I hope you guys had a blast. I enjoyed vlogging. I didn't get a vlog out every single day, but I did way better than I thought I would. I skipped, I think, a total of 4 days of vlogging, not counting the rest days, because I wasn't going to vlog those days anyway. But I'm super excited, and it was way more fun than I thought it would be to vlog every day and to edit those videos. I got to experiment with the editing and with different musics and different transitions, and I just got to have fun. And I learned a lot about editing videos because I was exploring and trying new things that I've never bothered to try before. So that was a lot of fun. And it is sad that the tour's over, but it's also a relief that I can return to normal life again, and start working on some of the other projects and videos that I'm super excited about and I'm super excited to share with all of you. So tell me in the comments what your favorite part of Tour de Fleece was, and what you plan to do with your hand spun yarns if you were spinning during the tour. What is something you're planning to do with some of your yarn? Because August is coming up very, very soon. It's the Olympics, and guess what? We just spun a crap ton of yarn. Let's knit something, crochet, weave, whatever. Let's use it in something. I mean, I've already started using some of my hand spun. I've never done this before. It was actually recommended by someone else, and I went, yeah, I need something to put in my braids. Why not use yarn? So, yeah, I'm super excited. No idea what I'm going to do with any of these yarns, but figure that out later. I have too many projects already scheduled and too many videos already in the works and too many that need to be edited like yesterday that are going out in August. All of the Tour de Fleece spins, let's see. I have this one and this one and this one and this one, and where is it? This one, I know, are all separate videos. So that is 5 separate full length, and this one, 6. Coming out in August, the full videos of those spins. So stay tuned to watch those. This one should also be coming out in the month of August because it's a collab. But I'm going to see when Allie would like for me to post that video, and I'll just hold on to it until she's ready to post mine. where she spends mine. And so we can release them at a similar time. So it's not like 3 months between I spend hers and then 3 months later she spends mine, or vice versa. Anyway, I have blabbed on long enough. This video has gotten quite long. And if you can't tell, I'm just beside myself with happiness and excitement. And I've got like explosions of ideas that popped into my head in the last 2 weeks. I've spent, oh gosh, there's been a lot of nights that I stayed up half the night planning out videos for the future and projects and stuff. Love you guys so much. I enjoyed hanging out with all of you. You guys are wonderful and fantastic. And during Tour de Fleece, my YouTube channel finally got monetized. Oh my gosh. I now have memberships set up. If anybody wants to become a member of the channel, you can. It's no different than the perks on Ko-fi. It's the exact same thing. And then I have links directly to like my products from my shop are showing up in the underneath the video, which is really cool. Neat little perks. It's taken me 7 years to build my channel up to this point, and I'm not excited about monetizing so much as I met a goal, and that's really cool. So I'm excited about that. Anyways, love you guys. See you in the next one.